So hello everybody, my name is Hermance and I'm a solution engineer for Atlassian. Thank you all for attending this session. I'm French, so I only speak French and English, so I'm sorry I don't speak Czech. But please, if something is not clear or if you have any question, don't hesitate to ask it in Czech in the chat. The Onlio team will answer you. So for this morning, the presentation will be about the Team 21 event. So that's the big keynote where our founder announced all the news about the product that we are going to release in the next 1 or 2 years. I will not deep dive too much into the specific features that we've announced for Jira Cloud, Confluence Cloud, or Data Center, because I will have another presentation this afternoon specifically about Jira Cloud and Data Center and Confluence Cloud and Data Center. So for this morning, I will only focus on the announcement of the new product that we've made during Team 21. So I'm going to start with a little bit of context. I'm sorry. Gartner has made the provision that by 2025, 80% of the enterprise workload will shift to the cloud. So that's one metric that we have here in the field. And the metric that we noticed is that 90% of our customers are starting in the cloud. So for that, and in order to be able to sustain the cloud migration that will happen inevitably in the future, what we invest the more in improving the Atlassian cloud experience. So our customers have a great experience, at least in cloud, as great as they have in data center, but better also. To give you a little bit of context on the investment that we've made in the cloud, our cloud platform has been launched in 2012, so it's like 10 years ago. But actually, the real investment that we started to make in cloud are since 2018. So that's where we acquired Trello. That's where we created Atlassian Access, created different offering tiers. And then we acquired Opsgenie, Jira Align inside the CMDB, and launched Jira Service Management. So we are really accelerating our acquisition, our creation of feature in the cloud, in order to really be in the cloud, to have really one Atlassian platform. So not just anymore Confluence, Jira, and Bamboo or Bitbucket, but to have one big platform that would be for all teams in a company. So for the software team with Bitbucket Cloud, which is CI/CD, code repository, and Jira software. For the IT teams with Jira Service Management and Status Page, and with the business team with Trello, Confluence, and some additional product that I'm going to present you just after. So yeah, on the cloud, we are really more into one platform, construction of a platform rather than just having a scattered project. All right, so let's jump into the announcement that have been made during the conference. So the first thing that we've introduced is Point A. So Point A is actually a program. It's not a product. It's a program that Atlassian has created in order to develop our products with our customer. So if you go on the Atlassian website right now, you can go and you can sign up for Point A if you want. That just means that instead of just releasing products to the world and announcing it to everybody, maybe some of you already participate into a test and can start using the products even 1 year before it's officially announced. And we use the feedback from the user, from teams that are using this product for free for a year, in order to improve it and to provide our customer with well, a product that is useful for them when it's released. So thanks to Point A, we have created 4 new products that we have announced this year. All these products are still in beta or alpha mode except one, but so bear with me, I have just a few screenshots and a few ideas of what it is. So the first one is Jira Product Discovery. So what we've noticed is that Jira software is very good for software team like developers, testers, product owners, Scrum Master, but the product manager were still using scattered platform in order to centralize their ideas, etc. So Jira Product Discovery will be really focused only for Agile product manager, so they can capture their ideas, their insights, and create the product features. And by creating the product feature in Jira Product Discovery, they will then be able to prioritize them based on, for example, user testing, discussing with user, etc. And that's what will constitute eventually the initiative, the epics, or the user story that will be sent seamlessly in Jira software. So that's the first one, Jira Product Discovery. Next up, we have Team Central. So if you think about it in the real life, like one project in real life does not always translate to one project in Jira or to one Confluence page. Actually, like one real life project is usually combination of multiple projects, multiple Confluence space, because there are multiple teams working on one specific project. So Team Central will be really like an aggregate of what constitutes a real life project, and will enable teams to collaborate better between them, to have one feed of everything that's been done on this real life project, regardless if it belongs to one Jira project or one Confluence project. And this will enable all the staff members of a company to connect and to have a centralized repository of the real life project of the company. Next up, we have Compass. This one is actually super interesting. Compass is a tool that we've developed for ourselves at the beginning. It was a custom tool that we have created in order to manage our deployments. But our product team thought that it was really useful. If it was useful for us, it's probably useful for everybody. So Compass is a tool where you will be able to connect all your services, all your API, all your deployment, code repo. It will aggregate all that, all this scattered architecture, and it will take all the metadata that flows across this DevOps pipeline. And with that, it will be able to give you some metrics in order for you to do some kind of predictive deployment to be sure that to prevent the downtime on the software that you're releasing, but also for your team to have one centralized place, again, to not have all the code repo scattered. Maybe you are using different technology to deploy on one product. So maybe you're using Bitbucket and GitHub and Jenkins and Bamboo and all that. Compass would centralize everything into one product. And last but not least, Jira Work Management. So this one is actually currently available, so you can actually access it, unlike the others that are still in beta or alpha mode. So Jira Work Management is replacing Jira Core. We have built a new tool designed for business team. So Jira Work Management will come with 20 business templates and custom workflow that are designed for business teams, so marketing team, design team, HR team, etc. And so Jira Work Management just have really nice features. So the one that I'm showing here on the screenshot is the inline editing list. Well, because that's way easier to edit directly a list like that than going into each ticket one by one. It makes sense to need to go inside the ticket when you have the point estimates, the components, and all those very software development centric metric to add in a ticket. But for Jira Work Management, most of the time they're just tasks with assignee and due date. So let's edit them inline. Let's make a deep dive into the additional feature of Jira Work Management. So the next one is the timeline. Same, timeline is not just useful for a software team, it's actually also super useful for business team. And it enables them to have just a visual representation of their work when on the board is more centered around the tasks and their advancement. A timeline is more centered around the how long this task is going to be. We will have a calendar. So calendar, I don't need to describe what a calendar is for, but then you will be able to map your Jira ticket based on the start date or the due date. And the last one is the automation. So automation is part of Jira in the cloud. I will discuss that more this afternoon. But so on Jira Work Management, which integrates seamlessly with Jira software, you will be able to have automation. So automation are rules that you build and you say, when this happens, if this condition, then do this. So I just put two examples here. The first one is when a design ticket is ready, then add an approver and send a Slack message. Or when a webinar ticket is created, then create a marketing ticket and link both of them. So this is literally just to avoid teams to do repetitive tasks or to for them to avoid to forget to do the repetitive task that they don't want to do. So that's it for the new products that we've announced. Let's see now what are the new offerings. So when I'm saying new offering, it's I classified here the stuff that were kind of there already and that we just improved. So it's not completely new product. So the first one is Bamboo Data Center. That's the only data center announcement that I included in this presentation. It's not the only one, but I think it's one of the most important because well, since we've announced that we will sunset server, it was really important for our customer to know when Bamboo Data Center will come, and it has finally been announced for the end of this year, the beginning of next year, I think the beginning of next year. So with Bamboo Data Center, it will support SAML and OpenID authentication, just like all our data center products. And of course, we will be able to achieve high availability, so redundancy, which will improve the resilience and will decrease the recovery time. So Bamboo Data Center is coming. The next one is Atlassian DevOps, Open DevOps. So you already know Jira, Bitbucket, etc. The point of the Atlassian tool, the principle was that you only sign up to the product that you need. That's really the principle of Atlassian. But what we've noticed is that our DevOps customer were most of the time using only Jira, which is the dev part of DevOps, but not so much the ops tool that were at Atlassian because they didn't know about it. And so the Atlassian Open DevOps is a new offering where you can sign up just once to this platform and you will be granted access to the full DevOps suite of Atlassian. It also comes with pre-configured DevOps project and integration between the tool by default. And it also comes with out-of-the-box integration with other third parties. So, well, you can see here, Slack, Jenkins, GitHub, whatever you're using for your DevOps work. Next one, we have Forge. So Forge is not exactly a new product, and also Forge was in EAP for like 6 months, I think, already. If you think about customization in our cloud platform, like customizing Jira and Confluence, it's not really possible right now. Even our marketplace vendor, for example, when they created the marketplace add-on, they were creating those, they were hosting this add-on on their own infrastructure. So with the introduction of Forge, what we are saying is that now you can create your own add-ons on our platform, and it will be hosted on our platform. So for you as customer, what does it mean is that if you have any custom plugin that you've created on server, because it was easy, you can now reproduce that on Forge. And that also means that our marketplace vendor will be able to take the apps that they have and to host them on our platform, which is good for compliance and just have everything under one roof. So Forge is coming. You can already go and check it if you want to start creating your own integration. And then the improvement made for Jira and Confluence, as I mentioned, for the feature specific, I will discuss that this afternoon. But so we actually improved a little bit in terms of infrastructure. The first one is the performance that we've improved on our cloud products. So the response time is way better than it was before. And for the search, we've centralized the search into one big search for one site. So you can search across Jira and Confluence. Just avoid you to switch between the two products. We have finally officially announced the enterprise plan. So same, the enterprise plan was EAP for the past 6 months. The enterprise plan, the main, I think for me, the main benefit is that when you are under the enterprise plan, one user can access multiple cloud sites with just one license. So if you have 5 Jira software cloud sites under the enterprise roof, one user can access those 5 sites and be billed only once. So that's, for me, the main advantage of enterprise. But there are, it's enforced security and advanced control for admins. If you are interested in enterprise, you can ask Onlio, because they actually know a lot already about the enterprise offering, and they can guide you in which cloud plan is the best for your company. And the last one is the compliance. So right now we are working on opening additional data center across the globe, so Canada, UK, and Japan. And we are also working on being HIPAA compliant, so that's for healthcare, and BaFin compliant, which is a financial institution in Europe, I think specifically in Germany. So just so you know, the compliance is something that we know is extremely important, so we are continuously working on it. And last but not least, the products that joined the Atlassian family have been announced too in this Team 21 event. So the first one that has been announced is Proforma. So Proforma is an add-on that you can use with Jira Service Management. So we purchased it, and Proforma will now be included with Jira Service Management Premium by the end of the year. So with Insights, you will have Proforma too. So Proforma is really a powerful app that you can use in order to build your own forms, service management, where you can do like conditional fields. So if you answer this to the first question, then the second should not appear, and then the third should have different choices. So it's really powerful, and it doesn't rely on custom fields. So it's less work or less maintenance for admins. So this one is really super exciting. And the next one is Help. So Help is a product that we've acquired also last year, but we are only making it GA right now. So Help is a conversational ticketing system. I personally love it. I don't know if you're like me, but when I have an issue, I usually ask the IT person directly on Slack. I'm this type of person. And the IT person at Atlassian usually reply to me, please open a ticket. That's what Help would avoid. So by me just tagging Help in Slack, that would open a ticket, and the IT agent that would need to reply to me can reply directly in Slack. I say Slack, but it's also Microsoft Teams, Slack or Microsoft Teams, and this will be ported to the GSM ticket or Jira ticket. So we don't need to work over there. We can work here. And what is also great is that it integrates with Confluence. So the IT agent can send me a Confluence, can see Confluence article directly from Slack and send that to me directly in Slack too. So I think it's just a very handy product. So that's it for the announcement for the Team 21. Of course, what I did now is that I tried to provide you with the stuff that do not exist or haven't been announced before. But if you want to know more about the detailed roadmap, like all the features that we will implement in the product that exists already, this roadmap exists and you can access it from our website, roadmap/cloud or roadmap/data center. Everything is public and we update it every quarter, so you know what's coming. Regarding Team 21, you can still register for the event if you're interested in watching the 3 days of contents that are there. But you can also check out our blog for the latest release, and that's free. So you can just subscribe to the blog and check, because that's where we will post the announcement when something is GA or when a new beta or new alpha is announced for point A.